Anderson calls me master, and most of the Japanese people are from that tradition. They call me sensei or shihan.
Oh.
So.
I think Sensei Steven Seagal with the 3 S's, it just sort of rolls off the tongue,
There you go. Well, you're the commentator, see?
Okay, I wanted to ask you, there's been this sort of story that's been passed around, and I like to get to the bottom of things. I'm sure you can appreciate that. You versus Judo Gene LeBell. What exactly happened on the set of that movie?
I don't even know if he's still alive. Is he still alive?
Actually, we just had him on the show like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I never knew this about him. Either he is a pathological liar or he had somebody, making up these stories. He came over to my trailer, and I was with a guy called Conrad Palmisano, who is still a legend and one of the greatest stunt coordinators in the history of Hollywood. And we were standing there, we were just talking about moves and stuff like that, and we were just doing some stretching, and he was showing me how you can stretch, or he wanted to stretch my back, and he stretched my back, and then I just kind of flipped over the top of him and said thank you for that. There was never ever any confrontation with him ever.
Never.
In any way, shape, or form, and I swear to God on my children, they're the most sacred thing to me in this life. And so if he said that, he is a pathological scumbag liar.
So where does this come from? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I keep answering that. Either he made up this lie or someone made it up. And when I first heard that, I was dumbfounded, and so was Conrad Palmisano, who you're welcome to go talk to. He was standing right there, and he's probably the most famous stunt coordinator in our business, and Vietnam veteran and a great salt-of-the-earth, honest, upright, honorable, non-lying man.
Well, just to be fair to him, this is what he said when I asked him, just so to set the record straight. He never really wanted to clear the air for whatever reason, but he did say, well, if a guy soils himself, you can't criticize him because if they just had a nice big dinner an hour before, you might have a tendency to do that. That's what he was implying. Obviously, the story we've heard is sort of related to that. So you're saying that someone has created this sort of fable, this myth of an altercation that never even happened. And I'm just wondering how it has continued to live on.
Gene LeBell has never even said anything impolite to me. When he would see me, he was extremely polite and just acted like a friend. And I think you know the truth here, and I think everybody else knows the truth here. And if Gene is saying shit like that, he should be ashamed of himself. And after I heard this, I did start to think of some of the things that he had said. Like, he said to me that he beat the shit out of Bruce Lee. And, so I just started thinking, well, you know what, maybe this guy really is a pathological liar.
Yeah. Maybe this is the fight that we should book in the UFC.
And I mean, well, he's got to be, 78 years old?
Oh,
now?
yeah, if not older.
Maybe he's 80.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but whether he's 150 or 10 years old, he should never make up these kind of sick, I mean, it just makes him look like a total asshole.
Yeah.
If he's the one who's saying it.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, it makes him look like a demented child.
Are you familiar with his student, Ronda Rousey? Are you impressed by her?
I've never heard of, that's a her, I've never heard of her.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. I don't mean to rile you up or everything. I thought this was a very fun interview. I just really wanted to get to the bottom of the story, and I think we finally put the nail in that coffin, don't you think?
Yeah, what you should do if you don't believe me, and I'm pretty positive you do.
I do.
Find Conrad Palmisano. I know you do. And find Conrad Palmisano and let him call Conrad a liar too. I mean, this guy, if he said those things, he should go have therapy.
And by the way, one last thing. You mentioned Bruce Lee. Have you ever met Bruce? Obviously when he was alive.
Yes. Yes.
How do you think he would have done in the UFC?
I really don't know. I mean, obviously Danny Inosanto, these are real guys, Danny Inosanto and people like that. I mean, Danny and I go way, way back. We are brothers, cut from the same cloth, And I think that, I met Bruce through James Coburn. And I met Bruce at his house many times, and I knew Brandon too. I first met Brandon when he was a baby boy, probably 6 or 7 years old, something like that, young boy.
Well, Sensei, on our third anniversary, this is our third anniversary show, a major honor for us, for you to take some time out of your schedule to talk about Anderson, your career, put the rumors to rest. It meant a lot to us, so we really appreciate the time. Hopefully we'll see you in Las Vegas in a couple of weeks for UFC 148, and continue the great work that you're doing in the sport. I will say the sport is in a better place today once we found out that you were a part of it, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There he is, the man himself, Sensei Steven Seagal. All you people, Nab Fan, Judo Gene, Joe Rogan, all you people talking smack should be ashamed. Rick? We've got some questions or what?
Yes, we do.
All right.